Okay, well let's talk a little more about Parkinson's. I think I'm going to try and make a video every Thursday. I've come up with a bunch of subjects that I need to talk about or want to talk about, and this kind of forces me to learn for myself. I can research a topic, make a video, and research things that I can explain to you if you're interested, and I hope you are. I think a great place to start. If I had known things earlier, I wouldn't have waited so long for my diagnosis. Excuse me. Um, Symptoms that just were happening that I didn't put them together. I mean, X would happen, Y would happen, Z would happen, and they were no way related with one another until you start realizing, until you start learning the symptoms of Parkinson's. Now, they can be symptoms that cover lots of different diseases or problems, but these were the things, and not all of them happen. There are symptoms that I don't have that other people do have, and so that's what makes it kind of weird. It's kind of elusive that way, and doctors are not real quick to go, oh well, it's Parkinson's, because they don't want to diagnose something wrong and make you think that oh, so I'm sorry, it's not what you have, it's something else, and the tests that go along with it are expensive. There's a DAT test, which is the nuclear test, where they injected me with a radioactive dye, and it passes the blood-brain barrier, and it follows how much dopamine is going on. DAT test, and it's expensive. It's like an MRI. I talked about it earlier, but it's a lot of money, and so you don't want to start running down a rabbit hole of symptoms unless you know what's going on. So, anywho, these were some of the things that I wrote down that again, not all, but fatigue was a big one. I did have that. I still have that. It's the best way I've heard it put is you plug your phone in for 8 hours, hoping to charge it up, and you take your phone off the charger in 8 hours, and it's 30-40% charged. And that's all you get. You can either burn it out quick and put it back on the charger, like do something intense and then go to bed, or you can manage it and you can make it last all day. Now, there's no right answer or wrong answer. Some days you're going to blow through it, and some days you're going to be able to ration it, move a lot slower, take breaks, get something done, take a break, sort of thing. And that's worked well for me. But there is no right answer. But fatigue is a big one. Brain fog, definitely for me, that has been a thing. Um, not to the point of not being able to make judgment calls, but just taking longer to think about things. Executive thinking, I think they call it, like tying shoes, or highly detailed things. I I struggle with that now and then, which kind of blows me away. Muscles that don't do what you want. Parkinson's, it's like it picks a side of your body, the left side or the right side, and it just starts messing with that side of your body. For me, it's my left side, and from my left foot dragging to my left arm not doing what I ask it to do, to my fingers not doing, like putting fitted sheets on a bed, something like that, trying to grab a hold of the corner of the sheets and pull. Just ask Linda. I can't do it. I can't do it anymore. Sometimes holding like a spoon to hold for cereal or eating breakfast or something. No, it's not gonna work well. Um, Along with the tremors, and that's the next one I've got is is tremors that happen, and sometimes it's obvious. I'm on my pillows right now, so things work great, but things they shudder as they move, and I can't keep things smooth in the motion anymore, specifically on my left side, be it my leg, be it my foot, be it my toes, be it anything on my left side is susceptible. And that's a stage 1 Parkinson. Stage 2 is where it takes over both sides. So I'm early into this, but the tremors are, and sometimes it's a whole body shake. It's like if it's cold outside and you start to shiver, it feels like that. And talk about exhausting. It just burns energy to have tremors, especially whole body tremors. It's no fun. Um, everybody's favorite, constipation. It will slow down your digestive system, and it will make it harder to do number two. So be prepared for that. It also makes you pee a lot. That speeds up. That's more frequent. Um, Muscle twitching. That was how Michael J. Fox started with his Parkinson's journey. Was he had a twitch in his hand? I think it was in his thumb. Many years ago, and that was the thing that started him down the Parkinson's path to where he is today. And you know, I look at the situation that he's in, and when I was diagnosed, it was just a devastating thought to be like that. But you start coming to terms with living with a terminal disease, incurable, maybe that's the better word. But muscle twitching, yeah, involuntary twitching with your thumb or your fingers or whatnot. Um, like I mentioned earlier, it's left side or right side dominant it's not that that's when it started, but that's when it started being noticeable. Was an entire side of my body started feeling different. Almost, to be honest, and again I ignored it, which is shame on me, but it almost felt a little bit like maybe having a stroke. I've never had a stroke, so I can't say exactly, but the idea that one side of my body, including my lips, which are different on either side now, it almost seemed it could have been a stroke, and I thought, well, my dad had a stroke, and his brain worked its way around it, and he was fine. And so that was my terrible thinking when that happened. But again, it could be your right side, it could be your left side. I'm fortunate in that it's my left side because I'm right-handed, so my right hand is still fine. I can still do everything with the right hand that the left hand just kind of won't do anymore. Dragging a foot, for me, it's my left foot because again, left side. I don't lift my left leg high enough anymore, and I don't notice it because I've gotten used to it until Linda talked to me about it, and we went to see the doctor about it, and it turned into this. Muscle cramping, and especially feet or legs, toes that like to curl up and won't let go. It's painful and it's uncomfortable, and it happens without being able to control it. For me, it's my left foot, and left leg for me is like a restless leg syndrome. It's tingly and itchy kind of feeling, like you just can't find anywhere comfortable to play, sitting or standing or walking. Just nothing comfortable with my left foot. And that flares up now and then too. Loss of smell. This is really an important one, and I don't have it. I can smell great. But loss of smell is a problem for people that have Parkinson's, but also a problem for people that have dementia. It's an early tell, is losing your sense of smell for things like Alzheimer's and ALS, and Lou Gehrig's disease, things like that. Loss of smell is a very important problem that really needs to be checked out if you do have that happens. I'm being honest here. I'm talking about all these things, so in case you yourself feel like you might want to get yourself checked out, or you know somebody who's exhibiting some of these symptoms. Another one is drooling, and both sides. I have picked up the ability to drool all on its own. Tough time swallowing. That things sometimes don't go down right, or things that get stuck in your throat. That can be a few different things as well. But the muscles that push food down when you swallow have to work in a sequence, and they get slowed down by a lack of dopamine. Again, dopamine makes every part of your body move. You need it for the visual processing, you need it for audio processing, which is why crowds are horrible for me at this point, because it's so much dopamine. But swallowing is a big one as well. It slows down your digestive system, and so constipation, bloating, tough time swallowing, those all go together as a thing. Sense of weakness. I don't have the strength that I used to have. Not even close. A big one for me, a big tell for me was at work. I drive flatbeds, and this is a flatbed truck, and that's a load. And I used to drive big trucks, big, um, 10-wheel trucks, Mack truck sort of size. And I couldn't throw the straps over the load anymore. I didn't have the strength to actually, and the coordination as well, to actually get the straps to go over the load anymore. I'd have people help me do that. So just a general loss of strength. And the hell of it is, I know the strength is there, and I know the muscles are fine, but I can't control them. I can't send a signal to my left arm in this case to say, well, just push harder. No, there is no harder. It doesn't work. When I'm on my dopamine, and when things are when I'm on, they call it. Off is when your pills aren't working, but on is when they are working. Then I stand a better chance. But even so, just a sense of weakness that is frustrating and a reality. And I'm sure that's why they say one of the biggest things to do with Parkinson's is exercise. And I'm working on putting together a gym routine so that I can keep my strength, keep my balance, keep my body in a place where I shouldn't say but when I start to fall, because that's going to happen. I don't like the thought of that. When I start losing my balance and falling, my body is durable enough to take the hit as long as possible. It's a quality of life thing. Moving slow. I have been slowing down my walk, my gait, my doing everything, and it's frustrating. I didn't really notice it because it's happened so slowly that I just, everybody's like, well, just hurry up, come on, let's get this done. And I feel like I'm hurrying up, but I'm slow as death. I really have become the slow guy, and it's a function of processing dopamine to tell my legs to move faster, tell my arms to move faster. And it's not doing it as efficiently as it used to. So I am definitely slower. I think I talk a little slower too, but maybe not. And that's part of why I'm doing all these videos, and part of why I'm doing all this stuff is I want a memory of how it was, but also this forces me to think on my feet and to explain things and to try and talk more, because you use it or you lose it. So I'm talking to you. And final on my list, and not, again, this list is not comprehensive, but curling up, my left arm does not swing anymore when I walk. When you're walking down the road, your arms are swinging left to right. My left arm is curled up almost basically to my belly button most of the time. It's more comfortable for it, and it's almost like atrophy, I guess, on a muscle situation. I have to force it to swing. I have to force it to stretch out. It wants to be bent all the time, just for being easier to carry, I guess. I don't know how else to say it, but my left foot will sometimes curl. My left leg will sometimes curl, which makes it really hard to stand. So these are some of the symptoms and things that, if you're curious on you or curious on anybody around you as to things that you might want to be looking out for. Again, I'm trying to raise some awareness here so that you could bring these symptoms to your doctor, or your husband, or your wives, or your kids, or your grandparents, whoever it may be. You could talk to their doctor about, I saw these symptoms. And I understand that these might be a problem, and I've seen X, Y, and Z, or A, B, and C, or A, Z, and F, or whatever. I've seen some symptoms, and I think I ought to get it checked out. So that's why I'm doing this, and I'm thinking that I'm going to do Thursday videos. I'm going to post them to my YouTube page. I'm going to post them to Facebook, and that way people can kind of pick up on Thursdays with Eric. So again, thank you for listening, and I will talk to you later. I'll make sure that I don't ramble on as much. This was just a long list of stuff, but I've got a list of topics that I can talk about, and I will see you on the flip side. Yeah.